YouTube. I'll do a market recap for the day. Don't worry about this. This was just me back testing earlier today within the beginning of the session after I saw this little consolidation area. This was a nice setup yesterday. Didn't take advantage of that. You know, guys, that I lost on the NASDAQ trade. But this is what I want to talk about. US30 today. So the session started around here at 7 a.m. for me. That's what time I usually trade, 7 a.m. right? And it wasn't any setup, so it just didn't start my live or anything because it wasn't any setup. You got this big massive drop, didn't have anything. The one thing I had, to be honest, was price probably was trying to come back to this area here. And when I saw price came to this area here today, what happened was it was around, this came around 6:45, and then around 8:30 it tapped back to this area, made a double top, tapped back to this area. So my initial thought process was, okay, if price can break these structure highs, I'll look to see if I can get some more buys back to these areas here. Why these areas? Because on the 1 hour you want this big drop back, you want this big drop. So this is the 7 o'clock, like I say, which was this big drop which left a small area here that could be possibly could be filled, right? That's what my thought process was today. So this was the area now that I say, okay, it's a potential that this could be filled. That was a big massive drop. And it also happened out of session, out of session, which was around 5 a.m. So by seeing that, I'm like, okay, I could possibly have a nice buy today. Price continued selling, so I removed this area and I started to look at these areas now. So we go back on the 1 hour, and that's why it's important to always understand your higher time frame. So in this 1 hour, we have a bit of consolidation now. So we have this nice wick rejection, and we had this push up. Let me draw it out for you guys. Had this, so I'm not gonna count that to start here. Have this impulse. You have this retest here, right? You have this high again. Price broke this, but pushed all the way back up here. So let's count this again. Or the small little minor pull up, push down right here. Also right on here, run a little minor pull up, push down as well. But this break of this structure, so let's put this here. We have this break of structure here, right? That price broke, so we understand that have break of structure here, so we should be looking for buys. But now we have to identify where is our low. So if we broke structure here, we look where the low was. This would be the low, right? That made this high. But within this low, we started to have a pullback, which was this, and we never created a new low. We created this higher low, which means that you could start to look for uptrend. That's how we got this push up. So all this is in one, but this was the high, this was the low. This started to make a new uptrend, right? So now this would be identified as my low here. So get that right. This is my low. Price started to come back down, top this low again, pushed up, tap this low once more. So this was the initial area I had priced to. That's why we see the blue lines there. I had priced to initially go back to these lines, and I was trying to see if I could find some kind of confirmation to actually enter for the rest of the cells, which I didn't find. I was looking to see if I could find an entry for cells, but wasn't able to find any entry for the cells. It is what it is. But now we see price broke this. If we're still looking at the downtrend of the 1 hour of the 5 minute, price broke this area here. Okay, broke structure. And then price broke structure once more here. Okay. Was there. And then price made a double bottom. Price dropped down here. So now let's draw this out. impulse, pull back, impulse, pull back, impulse. Price came back around these highs and made a double bottom. Now, when a double bottom was formed, this happened around 9, from 9:30 to around 10, almost 11 o'clock. This is where I had the break. I said, okay, I want to see if price can possibly break this area, because once I saw the double bottom and I saw price start to push up aggressively, I put this in saying, okay, I had alerts in. I want to see if price would break and close above this, and I'll be looking for some kind of buys. Right? Price broke it, not with these candles, but with this candle here. Next candle took its time to actually start to sell back down, left some gaps around here. So I wouldn't really call this a strong demand area. The reason why is because I try to look at how much candles it took in order to break the previous high, which it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles to actually break all of this. So it's like a low probability demand for me, but they still hit, as you can see. Now, price top here, came back there, broke the neckline with these candles, and my thoughts was, okay, once price tap back into this, I'm looking for buys. Had my alert. It's so crazy. Had my alert. This was the first candle, second candle, which I almost entered. Almost entered this because this was so bullish, and this is the entry that I'd be looking for. But within 10 seconds, the candles had started wicking back down, so I couldn't enter it anymore. And I just kept waiting for the entry of the break of the 13 EMA. Never got it. Price went down aggressively. Finally, the touch this area. That's what was so crazy. Finally touched this area. Because if I had entered this here, my stop loss literally would have been here. And I had my stop loss a little bit below this. I think it was like 75 pips or so. It was. And I was trying to target all the way back to here for 2 to 1. That's what my initial entry was. I would have got stopped out if this to close there. Price finally came aggressively here, and I was like, okay, what is price trying to do? That's when you go on the higher time frame. On a higher time frame, 15-minute price actually broke this area, okay. But on the 1 hour, I saw the price was actually still rejecting this area. So I was like, okay, let me see how the 15-minute candle is going to come out. Afterwards, if it come out just as strong as this red candle, I want to look for buys. And just as I said, it came out very aggressive, so I was looking for buys. This candle started to form, but what my issue with this was, I started looking at my stop loss, because I was like, okay, I don't like when my stop loss is below a candle like this. I like when my stop loss is below the lows. So I was like, I don't know if I want a big stop loss like that today. I seen the buys, but I only seen it going back to here. I don't like the risk to reward, because I want a 2 to 1, right? Because the trade that I took yesterday, I ended up risking more than I supposed to risk, because the candle came out so bullish. The lot size that I used wasn't the correct lot size anymore, so that had me in a little bit of jam. So I ended up risking more than I needed to risk. So I want a 2 to 1 just to erase that loss. Because once I get a 2 to 1, I'll be able to risk. I'll be able to erase that loss whatsoever, especially with the amount I'm trying to risk on the next trade. I'm not even trying to risk that much on the next trade, and the 2 to 1 will actually cover all that loss. But I didn't like that, so I was thinking about putting my stop loss around here for like 80 pips. My stop loss would have been around 80 pips. I was thinking about just putting it here, because this was the next candle that actually came out with this candle. So I was saying, okay, I don't think price is going to top back around these areas anymore. It already took whatever liquidity it needed, and it also topped back to these areas. So this was actually a good entry, and I fumbled the buy. Did not take the trade. I fumbled. Did not take the trade. But I left it there to see how it would play out. Like I say, structure really got broken, so I was already like, okay, I'm confident that it's going to buy. Price started to push up, and then price, I would even say price give me some type of not even the price didn't give me it, but I say okay, I still had some type of opportunity to still probably get in it. Not probably at the same spot, but close to the same spot. And I was like, okay, 2 o'clock is coming out as well, so the news might also push it up because I think we had news today as well. Forex Factory, yeah, we had news today, which was the FOMC meeting minutes. So we had that today as well. And when 2 o'clock came out, right on the same red candle, it started to push up a little bit down, and then it just took off within for 2 o'clock. Within how much minutes was this? In 20 minutes, that was history. Trade was completed, and I'm just looking like, wow, 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 wow. But yeah, I fumbled this one today because I could have been up right now on my account. I could have been up. I could have erased those losses. I mean that loss that I took yesterday. I could have erased that loss, and I could have had some more, and I could have been up some profits as well. 30 was just ridiculous today. 30 was just ridiculous today. 30 was ridiculous. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what took place today. Didn't take a trade today. This would have been the only trade I actually would have taken today, and I fumbled. I didn't take it. Did not take it, and that pissed me off this now. If that happened to you guys, comment what took place with you guys, how you guys overcome that one as well. But that's something I also have to fix as well. Um, that is just entering trades and living with the outcome. There's a lot of times I miss out on certain trades because I'm too focused on the outcome. Like I'm like, okay, like I'm iffy on it, but what if this lose, and I'll be mad that I actually went in it where my mind tell me don't go in it. But then sometimes when I don't go in it and it play out, I'm like, damn, why didn't I go inside? And then the trade I actually finally go inside and I'm losing. So that's what has happened. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys, man. If you guys enjoy the content, enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment what you guys want to see, and yeah, like I say, I'll be back hopefully tomorrow. Let's see what news is tomorrow. Tomorrow was what, Thursday, so the 20th. So 8:30 is unemployment claims. Most times, price doesn't really move as aggressively with unemployment claims, but we never know. Every day is a different day. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Peace and love. I'm out.